Here is a look at the garage ceiling fans. There are two, I believe they are 56-inch Envirofan ceiling fans in here. And the model number, let's see if we can grab it off the top. The model number is where is it? Oh, come on. 60-F/C. So maybe these are 60-inch. I don't know. I'll check it on the computer when I'm editing the video, and I'll post it in the description box. But anyways, these are the fans, and this install is one of my favorites in the house right now. This is right up there with the living room install. It's timeless. These are a perfect match for this environment. They look great up against the bare ceiling with the exposed wiring and everything. It's just a perfect cosmetic install. I made sure to the electric box is all neat, so everything looks good. And I had a difficult decision to make with these in terms of the clearance, because the lower down is better, you get more airflow, but of course these being pretty high speed fans, there's a safety hazard, and it actually didn't look right hanging down much lower than this. I originally installed them with the down rod full length, and they were about, I think, 3 inches lower. It could have passed, but it didn't look right. They hung too low. So I decided to raise them up, even though that did sacrifice some of the performance, to make it look right. And now it looks right. And it still moves decent air. In fact, it moves more air than I thought it would, but it definitely suffers pretty significantly in terms of performance because of the lack of clearance from the ceiling. So right now I'm using this Westinghouse control, and it stinks. It gives a nice low speed, which I will turn it on now. It's a nice cosmetic low. And the medium speed is also pretty much cosmetic, and then the third speed is like kind of moves somewhere if you're right underneath it. And then it just blasts full power. There's nothing reasonable in between. So it will not stall out on this speed. I'm not sure it'll really get going by itself. I'll bump it up a bit. There we go. It runs a perfect cosmetic low. I think about as slow as you can get these to run is what this control is given. So that's pretty cool. But I need something with more variance. I'd hate to explore an infinite range variable control, because being these are mounted so low, you're going to hear the noise. Is going to be a problem. Especially because I'll be doing videos and stuff in here. I don't want the noise. But I'm not sure if there's any other option in order to get the speed ranges that I want. Well, that's not true. The other option would be a custom control, which is not out of the picture. I definitely have enough space on my board here to do that, but that's getting more complicated. So this is low speed. It's, I don't know, let's see. It's like 20 or 30 RPM. It's not even 30 RPM, it's less than that. I'd say it's somewhere between 20 and 25 RPM. Very cool speed. I should have filmed this with the it looks so cool on the camera. I should have filmed this with the other camera to get a wider view, get both of them in the shot. But I'm gonna have to record multiple more videos of these as I test the other controls, so this will not be the last time that these make an appearance. This one that's closer to us right now, oh gosh, these acorns. The amount of acorns that we have this year is ridiculous. I can't even keep the door open because they fall down and they bounce on the driveway and they bounce in the stinking garage. This one near the acorn, it moves, that's closer to us, moves ever so slightly faster. And they're both crooked, which kind of bothers me. I really have to question the quality control in these things, because even when I got them, I have 3 of them. I bought 2. One of them was defective. This one is a little bit askew. It kind of angles like towards us a little bit, and this one kind of angles the opposite. This angles to the right a bit. It looks horrible on the camera. It's not quite that bad, but it's definitely not straight, and you can tell, or I can tell. The average person would never notice, but I can tell, and it bothers me. So between the defective unit and both these being crooked, I don't know. I still think these are pretty much the only ceiling fan worth buying today, but they're not what they used to be. Alright, let's go up a notch to number 3, which 4 I would think is the fastest, but it's the slowest. Not fond of that control. Maybe with other fans it would work better, but with these it just does not. Oh gosh, these stinking acorns. These just look so cool. I remember seeing these around everywhere years ago. There's still a decent number of them out there, but they're definitely starting to give out and get replaced with just random cheap junk. These are still like cosmetic speeds. I don't really feel any air moving. Maybe just ever so slightly. And actually there is a slight amount of air, but not really enough to be useful. Maybe in the winter time this would be acceptable, just to keep the heat down, but in here the ceiling is low, you're not going to have a big issue with the heat. Alright, number 2. And number 2, you can start to feel some air moving. But not a whole lot. I really need something. I need a couple speeds in between this and high. See, this one's already moving a little faster. Even though it's technically incorrect, I kind of like how the canopy disappears above the rafters. I remember seeing a lot of these installed improperly like that in drop ceilings. Even now they're not really moving much air. You can definitely feel it, and if you're standing right under it, it's a nice gentle draft, but this is still kind of below what I would consider a useful speed. And now we'll go to high, because there's nothing in between this and high. So like right there will be a good speed. That's only half of high. That's right around full power there, which surprisingly moves a lot of air still, despite the very low clearance. It's still able to throw an impressive amount of air out. Problem is it's loud, again because the air is bouncing around off the rafters and so forth. You can see how much air it's really moving. It stirs up the air really good in here. I wish I could put 2 more, but there's no way. There's not enough clearance. Well, I shouldn't say there's no way. There's potentially a way. I have about, I don't know, 4 inches there, 3 inches. I could do straight blade models, but I don't know. Maybe someday if I got money to throw around. These things aren't cheap. This one to me seems like it runs a little faster. I don't know if it's just because of the light or what. Oh, here we go again. They're in pretty good balance. I gotta tie up those wires better, it ruins the shot. They move really good air. I'm impressed by how much air they can move being that close to the ceiling. Alright, so that's a wrap on these. They're installed. They work really well. Just have a problem with the speed control. I bought 2 other speed controls to try. Hopefully I can find one that that works good. If not, then I guess I'm gonna have to build some kind of a custom control. So next time you see these fans, we'll probably be trying out a different control.